India went into the Rio 2016 Olympics on the back of the strongest and biggest contingent it has ever had. Just that give everyone reason to rejoice that we're sending nearly 40 members more than what we did at London Olympics 4 years back. For the medal hungry, it offered chances of bettering the 6 medals mark, the highest ever, set in London. Some said India would return with medals in double digits, some expected great showing in the shooting range while some were less positive as they predicted a much lower number. The nearly 120-member contingent walked with cheery smiles and waved at the Parade of Nations during the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Some, though, like the archers, tennis players and hockey team members opted to stay away with the packed first day ahead of them. But as we enter day 6 of the Rio Olympics, India don't have a medal to show so far. No gold, silver or bronze. In London, the wait had been for 3 days before Gagan Rang won a bronze in the 10 meters air rifle event. But in Rio, the wait has been longer and the performance disappointing. The closest India have come to a medal had been through the country's only individual gold medalist Abhinav Bindra, who lost in the bronze medal playoff to lose by a margin of 0.5. Elsewhere, it has been bleak, including from Jyotirao, who many expected to deliver. Day 1, Datu Bukanala men's hockey team. The bright spots rower Bukanal finished third in his heats to move forward to the quarterfinals in the men's singles sculls event, while the men's hockey team endured late pressure to beat debutants Ireland 3-2. Away from it, it proved to be a disappointing day for India. Both the men's and women's doubles pairing Roland Bopanalianders and Sania Mirzaprarathanataya respectively lost in the first round, leaving just the mixed competition to hope from. At the shooting range, Apurvi Chandala, Onakapal failed to qualify for the final. Jyotirao did manage to qualify but crashed out first to finish 8th. Gurpreet Singh, on the other hand, didn't qualify. The paddlers offered little to none, with Mohammed Das, Akantashare Kamal, so Umiyajit Ghosh and all losing easily before Manika Batra offered little resistance but wasn't enough to win. In weightlifting, Skinmarbai Chanu lifted 82 kilograms in the snatch event but could not complete any of her lifts in the clean and jerk competition. Day 2, Deepa Karmakar makes history. The biggest story for India this Olympics had been Deepa Karmakar. She had earlier become the first Indian woman to qualify for the Olympics in gymnastics, and then on day 2, she became the first Indian to qualify for the final. In her preferred apparatus of vault, the Tripura girl finished 8th to move forward. Elsewhere, the women's hockey team got their campaign underway and drew 2-2 after being 2-0 down. India did have chances to win at the end but couldn't convert their chances. In shooting, Ina who failed to make the cut in the 10 meters air pistol qualifiers to bow out early. It was also a disappointing day for trap shooters Manavjit Singh Sandhu and Kainan Chinai, who had a poor start on the first day of the qualifiers. Women's archery team won their elimination round against Colombia but lost in the next round to Russia. Day 3, Abhinav Bindra comes close to medal. Heartbreak in hockey. Bindra qualified for the 10 meters air rifle event by a whisker and then finished 4th in the final after both he and his competition were locked on equal points. And as the Indian shot 0.5 poorer, he waved goodbye and took his seat. And that will be that for Bindra in the Olympics. Other experienced shooter Gagan Rang failed to make the cut. Continuing their second day of qualifiers, Sandhu and Chinai went out of contention by finishing outside the top 8. The heartbreak happened on the hockey pitch where the Indian men's team lost to Germany with 3 seconds to spare. And the women were humbled 3-0 by Great Britain in the wee hours. India's campaign in the swimming pool started and ended early, with both Shivani Kataria and Sajan Prakash failing to advance from the heats. Disappointment was also visible in archery, where Laxmirani Maji lost easily in the first round of the individual event. Day 4, boxing game, reversal of fortunes in hockey. Vikas Krishan gave India a winning start in boxing with a winning start against Charles Conwell of the USA. The hockey team turned things around to win against a much fancied Argentina by 2-1 to get things back in order after the disappointment of Germany game. In archery, Atanu Das won both his first and second rounds to stay alive in the men's individual archery competition. But it was a disappointing day elsewhere, with Bokanal failing to qualify for the semi-final. Siti and Bo out of medal contention. Ina who couldn't make most of her second shot too by bowing out in the qualifiers of 25 meters pistol event. Day 5. Jyotirao suffers shock exit. The poor show and shooting continued, but this time it came as a shocker for everyone concerned. Jyotirao failed to make the final of the 50 meters pistol, his pet event. With the Indian finishing 12th, his hopes were dashed. as were that of Prakash Nanjappa, who was making his debut and finished further down the pile. Then in the evening, India suffered a trio of poor results, with judoka Avtar Singh, weightlifter Sathish Shivlingam and the women's hockey team all losing. The women being crushed 1-6 by Australia made the mood bleak all around. Late in the night, archers Bamla and Deepika kept the Indian flag flying in the individual event with wins. Then boxer Manoj Kumar also beat 2012 London Olympics bronze medalist to keep India going in the ring.